Fuck it. Look, I'm even wearing. Am I wearing the right glasses? Yeah. Fuck it. I'll record it. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Fuck it. As you can see from the wondrous start to this particular stream, it's already gone off to a wondrous and amazing start. Let me just give myself one of these, maybe one of these, maybe one of those. I said maybe one of those. I said maybe one of those. Thank you. It's already gone off to a tremendous start, and I'm not necessarily happy with the back end of YouTube currently, and or the back end of my internet currently. I'm not happy with it. So I don't even know if I'm going to consider this a stream or even continue streaming. Who knows? But alas, what I attempted to do is have some sort of show in regards to voicemails that you guys left. It's linked above. If you guys find that particular link, right, you could leave a voicemail that we'll address in the show. That was my attempted thing as to what I wanted to do here. But unfortunately, back-end stuff, if this drops, it's really going to not be of PigCake quality. Even though my channel is not necessarily predicated by quality, I still enjoy providing at least a good audio source and making sure that the internet isn't going to crash. Say PigCake, but the P is an N, says Steve Brooksy. Look at this. I didn't even have this on the pop-up like I usually do. Usually I have the chat here, and I didn't even do any of that because of the retardation of this particular stream. I might just end it and say, fuck it. I'll do this on a different day. We're doing this again, says Chris James. Yeah, we're doing this again. Steve Brooksy, say PigCake, but the P is an N. Nig Cake. I'm happy with your back end, says Ed Blitch. You know what? I'll take that. I'll take that from you. I guess let me just use this as a test stream. So right now I'm currently testing out this thing where I could listen to voicemails that people may leave. Now the benefit is that the voicemails are anonymous unless you want it not to be, which is what I like. I don't want it to have you have to sign up for a website and then nobody's going to do it. So that's a little bit retarded. So what I thought I'd do is to try this website out and see if it works in regards to people leaving voicemails. I do have a couple here that I guess I could try out and see how it works and how it sounds. So this is going to function as a test stream. So let me edit this and then write test stream. There you go. So this is, I guess, a little bit more indicative as to what I would like. Here's the comment. I'm all alone. So that's funny. That's the other one. I guess that's on Rumble, which I'm also streaming on. So let's try this. I'm going to listen to one of these, and we'll see how it goes. I did listen to maybe a couple of these just to vet them, to make sure that somebody doesn't spam, certain words that'll get me banned on YouTube. But alas, if that's you that says it, it's not me. I didn't say it.
I'm over here stroking my dick. I got lotion on my dick right now. I'm just stroking my shit. I'm horny as fuck, man. I'm a freak, man.
Okay, so that's one that I heard. That's a classic. I gotta say, it's not. I'm not upset that the first voicemail that I receive on this channel is a meme. Right? That's something that I actually enjoy. I like that. Some people would be, oh, PigCake, wow, that kind of undermines the whole thing. No. I like that. I enjoy that particular aspect of it. Mike Johnson is officially speaker. To kick things off, House GOP HQ set an ambitious 5,000 donor goal. Yeah, like I'm going to donate to the GOP. Ill. This one is from the Riddler. This voicemail is from the Riddler. I have heard this one before, but I'm going to play it anyways because it made me giggle.
Riddle me this, PigCake. I'm loud and obnoxious. I like music and rhymes. I'm a fraction of the population, but commit half of the crimes. Who am I?
That's a great meme. I gotta say, that's another great meme. So far, we've had two phenomenal memes on this here test stream. Now, what I like, again, as I mentioned before, is that the website isn't fairly, it's pretty anonymous. So you don't have to make an account. You just leave a voicemail, which is what I like. Before, on the platform that I used before, was kind of stupid because you have to register and you have to put your email. I don't like that. I feel like that deterred people from leaving adequate voicemails. And I'm talking about ham radio when I used to do this with Daniel. Hungry and Hungover says, I was trying to think of a funny message to leave, but got hammered. Hopefully you do this more often. Well, I plan to integrate it in every stream, have a nice little segment just for voicemails. And that way we just have a nice hot addition to the production value of what I offer my PigCake community, which is quality on top of tutelage and on top of hysterectomies. So there's a lot that you get offered here on the PigCake channel, apart from the offerings that I have that I'm currently selling, right? But as far as the actual production and hey, voicemail, that's kind of an interesting thing. So the Riddler obviously left a riddle for you guys. You could figure out who the Riddler is talking about on your own. But I'm sure you could get it without much effort. What's funny is that I think I do have a couple here that are legitimate. So we'll listen to one of these by Alan. Again, if you don't want me to say who sent this, just leave it anonymously. Which, again, probably going to blow up in my face.
Hey, PigCake, what is up? It is Alan from the Magic Con Society, and I just really from the bottom of my heart wanted to say how incredible you are, and I mean it. From the amazing cards you have released to the magic you do, all the way to the crazy, humorous, funny videos you release all over social media that somehow all magicians and non-magicians seem to allow. No, because they're amazing, they're funny, and everything you do is absolutely incredible. The support you've given me and my community was phenomenal, and I mean it a lot, the way you appreciate that, and I'll continue to support you in every way I can too. It was hilarious in Blackpool last year, jamming and talking to you. Last year, just before a bunch of beer was thrown at you by Craig Penny and Lloyd Barnes. Absolutely hilarious and incredible. And I really do hope to see you next year in Blackpool 2024. Really looking forward to that. You're incredible. And hopefully see you there.
What a nice message. A rarity in an ocean of memes and racist bits and other bobs. A rare flower in a field of weeds. But that's Alan from, he has his own stuff that he calls the Alan Magic Society. Good kid. I say kid because now everyone under, I guess, 18 to me is a kid. I hate to say that, even though I'm only 33. But yeah, very nice dude, very dope. I met him right before as I was having, rather, a lot of beer and also beer poured on me. I've never gotten that hammered from Coors Light. Coors Light was the offering they had there, and I was demolished. I guess because the speed in which I was trying to drink the beer also made a difference, which to me I wouldn't think made a difference with with Coors Light. Coors Light is like water. It might as well be me chugging just Dasani. But no, the speed in which I was consuming or attempting to consume these beers got me just fucked up. I was standing outside. I won't forget it. It was cold and raining. And I was just standing outside like this. Like that. And it's not like I was just thinking. But I didn't feel like moving. So I was just standing outside wondering what it is that I had to do. And it took me a while, and I realized, wow, I'm standing like a retard. Let me not do that. Piggy isn't a Republican. He's a libertarian. Well, I'm not going to deny anything. I don't like the GOP. I feel like they're the problem, as well as the other ones. They're all shit. The whole thing is shit. So that might make me a little bit more libertarian. But I certainly agree with more conservative values. But that's beside the point here. You know how I know you're gay? That message, says the Magic Buzz. I'm going to steal a joke from Penn. That you know how... do you know how you know that I can't suck my own dick? I'm here right now. Because if it wasn't for that, I'd be sucking my own dick all the time. I think I killed that joke. Fuck! I murdered that joke. But alas, let's listen to the next voicemail. The next voicemail here is anonymous. as are the majority of them, which I feel is going to be the trend here with these fucking messages. But that's fine. I prefer that. So this one is 4 seconds. Let's see what it says.
What the fuck am I doing with my life?
What am I doing with my life? I like to ask myself the same thing. What am I doing? I wake up, I make magic content. I'm now currently writing my next book, the Hams and Fantasies. And I'm just wondering, what have I done? Like, what are the steps taken to get to this point in my life? So you know what? I agree with that. I concur. What am I doing? So imagine if you're wondering, what are you doing, leaving a voicemail? Imagine, what am I doing? This is another anonymous one.
This is an open threat to world-famous magician PigCake. If you're hearing this, I want you to know, if you ever mock Portuguese lands ever again, I will personally go to your house and shove a whole bacalhau up your ass. You think I'm playing, brother? Huh? This is real life. You never mock Portuguese lands. You're done so watch out, caralho. I'm coming for your ass, bitch.
I did hear that one before, in the sake of honesty here. And what's funny is that I say that Manel sounds like a somebody trying to do a Russian accent. Not a Russian, but somebody attempting to do a Russian accent. But yeah, very obviously Manel. I don't know if he was attempting to hide that it was him, because he did it anonymous. Maybe he could have put in a name there, but alas, very obvious who that was as far as making fun of Portugal. I wasn't making fun of Portugal. I said that at least the Portuguese woman that I saw in the airport had me falling madly in love. I was falling in love with every other woman that I saw, just because it's definitely different than when I was in England. Certainly in the where I was, which was West Yorkshire, Bradford, that ghetto area, and then definitely in London. The women really weren't peak. They weren't anything that piqued my interest. Whereas when I landed in Portugal, I'm like, whoa, damn, it's noticeably different here. And that's just the airport. These right here, this one is Andrew. So let's see what Andrew said.
Hey, Piggy. Andrew up here in Canada, living amongst the cucks.
Yeah.
Just calling to say I think that Ham Radio is still a better show. Okay. Or was still a better show than this one, because Danny made sure you were. Okay, so yeah, that's not. I'm not continuing that one. Ham Radio was not a better show. Let me tell you why Ham Radio was not a better show. I was hammered every episode. It was Wednesday evening. I was at Daniel's house. He had a copious amount of liquor, and I would just drink. And I also realized as I was doing it, I was getting fat. Because we'd eat, and then we'd, I think we're in the negatives when it came to the profits off of that show. It was pretty atrocious, but it was still fun. But no, it wasn't better. And especially now looking back at certain episodes and just seeing how many times Daniel fucked up the audio, how many times he fucked up moving a thing, and he's just there like this on his phone, just looking at random shit. Oh, okay. I'm going to listen to the voicemail, but know that I'm not happy listening to it. Pretty much angry all the time, and that's the best podcast. Best podcast. You know, I like my, I love my Megyn Kelly when she's angry, especially when she's swearing. I like my Alex Jones when he's ranting, and I like my Piggy when he's angry. So, you've been having a lot of fun lately, lots of smiling, lots of answering almost all of the comments. But I think we need, it's time. It's time to get back to a little more Hamas-style podcasting. Wow. Anyway, that's it. Peace. Unbelievable. Is it because of my face? Is it because of my face as to why you would say that we need a little bit more, what do you call this, Hamas style? Is that what it was, huh? Do I look like, I feel like sometimes people think that I might look a little bit Cuban, but I guess not. I guess I fare towards the other sandy people, which is great. Thank you for that. I feel like that entire message was designed to get me angry, and I'm not going to fall for it. Especially because I'm very sober right now, drinking my decaf iced coffee like a...
This is the neighborhood, and you are not welcome.
I made that joke yesterday. I really can't be doubling down on my jokes. But that was Andrew. Thank you for that. Again, if you choose to remain anonymous, then don't leave your name. Here's Chris James of Squint Slit fame. So let's play what he has to say.
Nardy's nuts.
his big old hairy nuts.
Nardy's Nuts. Nardy's Nuts. They're actually playing today at the Pickle. If you got tickets, you should check them out. Nardy's Nuts. Obviously referring to Peter Nardy's Nuts. That I'm going to be dealing with tomorrow. I got to talk to him about my trick that I'm releasing with them. So hopefully that's going to be a fun little bit. We also have... that's so funny. We have... let's listen to it, and then I'll say who it's from. All right. Okay. That was from David. David at Unbiased Magic Reviews at hotmail.net. That's who David was. So really not much there. I do think that that's some sort of tongue thing, because I do notice that David of Unbiased fame, he has a kind of a biggish tongue. So that might be David. We also have Batman that left one. Let's hear what Batman has to say.
Hey Piggy, I'll keep this short and sweet and just want to say the English and England loves you. Your humour is the best and you should come here more often. That's it. Keep doing what you're doing awesome. Bye.
There you go. Look at that. Again, a rare flower in a sea of weeds, my friend. How hard is it? How hard is it to be positive as opposed to being negative and saying things about my looks? All right, compare me to a Hamas agent. All right, just because I happen to look a little bit Arabic, racist. All right, racist. I could pass off as any sort of default Latino. Alas, a good comment. Thank you. I appreciate that, Batman. I really do. Compared to the usual comments that I get. We're doing another live, says David of Magic Orthodoxy fame. My favorite David, not Lisp David of hospital/unbiased fame. We're doing another live stream as a tester, even though I wasn't trying this as a tester, but too much shit has happened in terms of like my computer being annoying and freezing completely. So this has become a test stream to see the viability of doing voicemails when it comes to these live streams. That's what this has become. And so far, it seems to have worked.
You can stop at 5 or 6 stores, or just one.
Pig has the contrast cranked, so he looks lighter skinned.
That is true. I do have I have the I believe the ISO set to 1600 to compensate for my one light that I'm using. Again, buy the book. Buy the book so that I don't have to light skin myself. Who did that? Sammy Sosa, that put depigmented his skin, which I found kind of interesting, I guess, to appear more white rather than I forgot where he's from. But no, it's the ISO. That's a little bit high. Okay, Magic Buzz. All right, it's a little bit high. That's all it is. The airport, you mean that building where everyone from some place other than that place? Yes, Brian, but the people that I saw, I heard them talking. And they were talking in jumbled Spanish, otherwise known as Portuguese. So I felt like I heard them. Stop discussing your pigment. Rohan Clear says, yo, I could finally catch you live. Well, you catch me on a test stream, which doesn't count. This doesn't count. I might unlist this at the end of it. So Magic Orthodoxy also says that I thought you were Irish. Well, you know what? I don't think anybody's ever made that mistake. Maybe when they look at my nuts, my penis, because I've heard Irish have large... Is it the opposite? The Irish curse is that you have a small member? Sammy Sosa's Dominican. Yes, I should have maybe realized that. Let's see here. Mark Zoe Trope, who's I believe left some comments on my Patreon in regarding to historical stuff, which I find really funny. You left one on Gene Hugard recently talking about how he abandoned his family. Isn't that an interesting little thing? Isn't that funny? I made a video talking about Di Vernon and how he was one of the best magicians, if not the best that we've had in terms of close-up, but he wasn't a good guy. And I got so many comments from old people and these old heads that are obsessed with him going, no, he was great. Yeah, you say that because he was drinking with you. But I'm saying imagine being his son that barely knew him. Imagine being his wife that he just left at home. Now, granted, the point that I made in that video is that sometimes in arts, we need a guy like that. We need an asshole. But let that not be the norm. especially when it comes to something like this, right? Which is, let's be honest, magic is not really, you're not moving boulders, right? We're not curing cancer. Steve Brooksy from before said, you didn't show anything MS. Thank you for that. I don't have mental sclerosis. So, really don't know what else that could be, right? Let me just put you on timeout here real quick and just make sure you don't maybe divulge any more information that you shouldn't. That is not technically, was technically public because of fucking Kickstarter. Hugert was not nice. I believe that. It seems to be a commonality in well-known magicians that somewhere in their life they're lacking. Where am I lacking? Height. That's where I'm lacking. As far as everything else, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good when it comes to other things. So don't worry your little butt off. You don't have to think that Piggy's hiding something or I have some deep, dark secret that I'm keeping from y'all. I'm pretty much an open book, apart from my name, my location, my real identity, which you could clearly find through other means, as people have. At least the name portion through Kickstarter. I didn't find this info out in a shady way, says Steve Brooksy. That's the worst part. At least initially, it was my information was found in a shady way. This was just through Kickstarter. I guess part of the processing fees were doxing me. I appreciate you, Kickstarter, for having that. Even though the thing is that when you put in all your information, obviously you have to put your real name, you have to put your info, your actual, like your tax ID, whatever it is. And there's parts where they say, oh, not going to share this publicly. Like they're not going to share my address, for example, publicly. They put my name there. Why is my name there? That should have been private. But alas. Let's see. Can you dunk a basketball? Well, I have a video where I have attempted to dunk a basketball in, I believe, 10th grade. And it's a very popular video because I'm attempting to dunk off my brother's back and I fall right on my neck. Now, luckily, I was in 10th grade, so I was invincible. And at that time, you could fall directly on your neck and it's not going to hurt. So I fell on my neck and it wasn't too bad of a time. But again, if you want to leave a voicemail, the link is pinned. So I gave my pin a pin of I guess, glory. Let me just put that. There's a pin of glory in my in the chat section. So if you want to leave a voicemail, by all means, leave a voicemail so we could test this puppy out. It could be anything. You could be asking any particular question. I realize that people don't necessarily want to go on Discord and chat. I realize that's one that is a deterrent. So a good option is, hey, leave this temporary thing, talk it out, and that's it. You're good to go. You don't have to stay or there's no obligation to have a conversation where you might be uncomfortable. But leaving a voicemail, you could do that. So let's see. Let me look through these. This is a very comments-heavy episode. I apologize for that. These aren't usually what you get on these live streams. You get a little bit more content. You get didactic stuff. I'm out there talking about different topics. As a matter of fact, today I was going to talk about some dumb bitch. But this is subsequently turned into a test stream, which I guess is some form of content, some sort of relevant content to you. So it's still entertainment. Which is sad, honestly. Can we start a GoFundMe for Piggy to attend speech therapy? Maybe he'll pronounce Cole correctly. How else are you supposed to pronounce Cole? Cole. I'm calling the card. I'm collating. Is it a calling? Calling? Don't be on my fucking bad side, Ed Blitch. All right, one letter away from being Ed Bitch. I'm kidding. You're a valued member of the PigCake Magic Academy and a valued member of the PigCake community. So I'm not going to dunk on you, Ed Blitch. But that's like if your last name was Bob Saget, you know, or your name was Bob Saget. It's very easy to say something about it. Let's see. This one here. You are lacking in face shaving. That's true. I bought a foil shaver recently that did a work on my neck, and I'm not happy about it. And also, I bought a thing to line up, but I need to try. Usually I like to fade it because I'm Miami trash, and I have a blended beard. Ugh. But I haven't cut my hair in since England. So in February, I'm trying to grow it out ever since Peter did a mentalism bit to force me to get a haircut. That fuck. But I just had a fucking Biden. I just had a Biden right now. But Piggy, my clip shift is so hard to do. They should give me a Darwin Award. Those are good, right? Piggy, I looked up your name and the first result was a terrorist. Thank you for that. I really appreciate that, Rohan. That's actually accurate. That's fairly accurate. So the fact that you're saying that is some credibility considering my actual name, which again, did not intend to become public. Let's see. It's coal, not coal. Haha, coal. Rhymes with mole. Cool, mole. I still don't get it. Let's look this shit up. We have the internet at our disposal. How to pronounce coal. Wow, this episode has really been AIDS. But let's hear it.
Call.
Coal. Coal.
Call.
Coal. Coal. And what am I saying? Coal? So I'm saying coal. And the way you're supposed to say it is
Call.
coal. Yeah, no, I'm not going to fucking say it that way. Coal.
Call.
This might be the most retarded segment I think I've ever done in my entire life. So thank you for being a part of that. And my mispronunciation of the word coal. That really added so much to this show. Bob Saget. Now that's a name from way back. I wonder what he's up to lately. Maybe you should wonder what he's down to lately, right? Down. Could you imagine passing away because you hit your head on something? I guess, yeah, it's a big deal, but like a slip and fall in a hotel room. Like that doesn't seem like a way that anybody would go out. How would you, unless you're 90? But like him, that he looked like a relatively healthy guy. I guess it had to have been a freak accident where he just fucking hit his head on the sink coming down with a lot of force. But I've hit my head pretty aggressive. And look at me. I'm not Bob Saget. Can we go back to Mr. Blonde? Remember those days? Well, I don't know if I should make a mention as to that. But I did receive some correspondence. I guess I can mention that. And I was writing a response. However, then I get actual tangible information as to the identity of him. And I don't understand where he was coming at me in the email that he made. So I made an email that he sent. And he said, hey, man, you're accusing of being this type of person. I don't know where you're getting that info from. I'm like, well, I've gotten that info from like 10 people independently. And then he goes, well, in the email, I didn't respond, but he mentions, oh, that's incorrect. And it's like, no, I know it's you. Definitely, considering a lot of people know it's you. So why send an email like that? I don't know. I'm really trying to not speak too aggressively or be too hard, because I've heard certain litigious, I guess, for lack of a better word, if that's even how you say it. But alas, we'll keep it at that with the Mr. Blonde drama. We do have some other mail, some voicemail here. So let's see what this one says. Hopefully it's just not the N-word repeated over and over again.
Based on pure entertainment value, not sleight of hand skill, who would perform the cups and balls best? Michael J. Fox, Helen Keller, or Joe Biden?
Okay. So obviously the question is in regard to who would perform just based on entertainment value. Where Helen Keller, I don't think was... I'm going to say Helen Keller was partially a fraudulent figure. I know. Very, very controversial take. I don't think she was fully deaf or fully blind. One of those. There's certain things that just don't add up. However, Joseph Biden, our current standing president, sitting, or Michael J. Fox, because obviously the joke is the Parkinson's, right? That's the bit there. Not to ruin your joke, the subtlety of your joke, rather. For entertainment value, you know, I'd love to watch a president perform a card trick, or sorry, a cups and ball trick. I'd love to see that because it does require a little bit of memorization in terms of, I have to put the ball there, I have to do this and that. So I'd love to see the sequence and or how he's taken out of the equation after stumbling. That's what I'd love to see. So I would say Joseph A. Biden would probably be the best one. What's his actual name? Joseph B. Biden? Joe Biden name. Joseph R. Biden. Joseph Robinette. Robinette. Well, that's pretty rough. I shouldn't really be talking about middle names, considering my middle name. Helen Keller was 100% a baddie. It doesn't matter if you insult Helen Keller. She won't hear you. She's dead. That's a joke. See, that's a good joke. I've used that one before, right? Like, oh, Ray Charles can hear you, and he's black. Dead. Oh, you know what I meant. That was my joke. So thank you for stealing that. Trump would crush the cups and balls. I think Trump doing it would be hysterical because he would do it in a way that's very, I'm the best at this. We're going to go through this routine. We have one ball and one cup. Another ball, another cup. Another ball, another cup. How many balls into this cup? Wrong. You know, he'd go through that. My Trump is pretty awful. I'm not known for my imitations. As a matter of fact, I had a conversation today with Luke Lenehan of England fame that killed me with all his imitations. He imitated me, David Blaine, David Penn. Who else was he doing on the phone? He did pretty much anyone and everyone that I mentioned. He did a wonderful imitation of them, a verbal imitation, and it wrecked me. His David Penn is immaculate. But I would love to see Joseph Biden. Okay, answer me this. Is Mr. Blonde actually a blonde? Give me that. Give us that. I don't know. I don't know what his hair color is. I'm assuming it's kind of like mine, darkish, maybe. But I think everybody knows who it is. I'm the only magician who knows Mr. Blonde's identity. And it turns out he's just a regular guy who's really good at making ketchup disappear at barbecues, says Unbiased Magic Reviews, who really has just turned into an AI version of Bob Saget doing jokes. Or sorry, not Bob Saget, Norm Macdonald. Because that felt like a Norm Macdonald bit, if anything. David Carradine died in a way worse way. Embarrassing. Yeah, I guess. But by that point, it doesn't matter because you're dead, right? So he died, I guess, sexually asphyxiating himself in a closet. You know, I'll keep jokes to myself there. But you're dead, right? So they're going to find you naked with a heart on. That's the best way to go, honestly. That's the best way to be out and have people find you in a closet nude with your heart on. Mr. Blonde is wrist crawling. Subtle. Trump would perform with golden cups encrusted with his name. Final load is a MAGA hat. Yeah, he would just pull out and it'd just be like like mini MAGA hats just flowing over. I remember when I had, and I make a mention of this, I had a cardboard cutout of Joe Biden wearing a MAGA hat in my kitchen because it doesn't stand up on its own anymore, which is apropos. But I remember putting that in videos and people were like, well, why do you have a MAGA hat? Why do I have a fucking Joe Biden cutout? Ever thought of that? And I believe Daniel has a video of me wrestling the cutout. And drunkenly, by the way, I was very hammered wrestling that cutout. Probably not of his own daughter, though, says Reverend Gaddy. I don't know what you're referring to. Unless you're talking about Trump's daughter, who's a snack, and Biden's daughter, who is legal now, who I could say is attractive. I have to specify that just because people might go, whoa, his daughter, she's young, she's legal. In the United States law. Okay? I know the law. Fuck. Let's hear this. I think we have a couple more voicemails, so let's see what they have to say. So far, this has been a hit. So far, this has been a hit so far.
Hey, Piggy, just calling in for the test. Just wanted to say love the content. And I remember a long time ago you helped me out by giving me some advice on some tricks to do behind the bar while I was bartending. Yeah, just wanted to say I appreciate it. And have a good one.
Again, Ned, thank you. A sea of positivity in an ocean of weeds. A flower in an entire countryside full of weeds. That's a better comparison to make, right? I'm not really on today, as you could tell. I've already started the stream accidentally. It's really had a hard time getting the ball rolling, but this is a test stream after all. But I appreciate it, Ned. I'm glad that I'm here for you, and I'm glad that you left a positive voicemail compared to the usual drib dribble that I get. But let's hear this one, anonymous. I'm afraid because it's anonymous and 37 seconds. So again, let's hope that it doesn't get me banned on YouTube.
Hey there, PigCake. This is PigCake from the future, and I need to tell you a few things, okay? 1, you're no longer a virgin, and this leads me on to number 2, which is you now support the Democrats. Things happen for a reason. They're connected. 3, you're a rare flower in a sea of weeds. Never forget that, my man. You'll appreciate that. Finally, the reason you're no longer a virgin is because you like people who are amazing at performing magic who can't pronounce the letter S correctly. Don't shoot the messenger, okay? Love me says me in the future. Some advice at the end of the message? Never do this experiment ever again. Bye.
That actually sounds surprisingly like me. I tried doing the one on your phone that you're there for 35 minutes essentially talking to your phone, and it does a voice thing of you, and it was AIDS. And then also Luke imitated me, and I didn't know that I sounded like that. I didn't know that I sounded a little bit like this. He put nasal, like a little nasal in his voice. And I'm like, I don't like that. I sound like a mentally ill virgin. I don't know if I could show it or how I could do it. I'd have to go to assistant settings because it's done for essentially if you need your voice and you don't have it, so you have it on your phone. So let's see if I could find that. Accessibility. I don't know. Speech recognition, live captions. No, it's not live captions. Which one is it? If any of you guys are iPhone nerds, what's the actual one? Hearing cap? Oh, live speech, personal voice. Okay. Create a personal voice. I already have that, but then how could I have it read something? Maybe if I go to accessibility, live speech is on, assisted access, maybe. Actually, oh, this is retarded. I should know how to do this. I should maybe know how to do this, right? Maybe control center. This is not good television. But if anybody knows how to actually have my voice talk, maybe voice over? Let's see. Voice over? No, that's not going to be it.
Important. Okay. Button. Cancel. Cancel. Button. Voice over off.
Okay, that was AIDS. That was pretty AIDS for a while. So let me see if maybe I go to speech. No. Okay. So I don't know how to do it. But I know I did it once that it read it in my voice, and I was very impressed, at least after the fact. But when I first played with it, it was pretty AIDS. But that was impressive because that sounded like me, even though it wasn't me. And I disagree with the sentiment from that. I disagree heavily with what you were saying. Okay, buddy? I think Hitler, because he disappeared and reappeared in South America. Are you saying about magicians? Did somebody ask about magicians? And is that why you said Hitler was your favorite one? PigCake's Goshman clip video was the only reason I could do it today. Goshman clip. Oh, you're talking about the little bits where you hide the coin there, right? The way that I used to do it, because I was a retard, was I would have it straight, and I'd wonder how people, how people got away with it. And then I realized, no, you're supposed to have it curved, you idiot, you dummy, you short fuck. You balding idiot. And then that's what got me to kind of fool people with it when I bent it, when I had it bent. So, little tip there. I'm glad that you enjoyed that. You gave Ned a free copy of your non-lecture and lecture notes to say that. Speaking of those are available along with my book. My book, The Art of the Squeal and The View from Down Here. Available in the link down below. Pick them up. Pick one up for your mom, even though if you pick it up, you could technically just send her the PDF. But pick it up. I'm definitely going to do a print copy at some point, but I might do that next year. This guy has a great radio voice. I've heard I have a great face for radio. So maybe I might apply for radio jobs near my residence. I really hate that this fucking crash keeps crashing. Trump doing cups and balls to an immigration theme would be funny. Yes, I agree. Elizabeth Warren's Cups and Balls features cup labeled medical. Somebody wanted anger? Well, you're going to get anger. Elizabeth Warren's Cups and Balls Act features cups labeled Medicare for All, free college, and cancel student debt. When you lift a cup, they're all empty. That was worth rereading. Thank you for that, Steve Brooksy. Your wit is unmatched. I have to really think about how I pronounce things and say things so I don't stumble fuck like that ever again. Did you learn your lesson, Piggy? I did learn my lesson, Manal. You and your very anonymous message, which I think Ray Charles could figure out that it was you. And he's... I already made that joke today. Heat Shield says, YouTube gave me a 24-hour timeout for commenting a couple days ago. Something I said here couldn't have been a better place. Well, what is it that you said? Just paraphrase it. Goshman Pinch isn't straight. This is the Gaberhood.
This is the neighborhood, and you are not welcome.
Someone could get you in big trouble. Well, that's the other retarded part that I've seen about like AI as of late. That, for example, some people fell for a scam that Mr. Beast was allegedly giving out free iPhones. But if you look at the video that was present, it looks like AIDS. It's obvious that his mouth is not moving. It's obvious that it's AI generated. But people are apparently falling for that. And there were some articles as such. How? It's very obvious when you see something is deep faked and something is not necessarily up, or you can't say it's a glitching or some sort of artifact from a video. It's very obvious, at least now with the technology that we have, as to AI generative fill. Rohan left a message here. Let's see what Rohan has to say. Firstly, let me reset my video drivers, as is part and parcel of the PigCake live streams.
Hey, Biggie, it's me, Rohan Claire. You can hear I'm a fucking virgin because you can hear my fucking cards. Listen. But, my question is, what is the most versatile card slide of all time? I know, don't ask the question, but I want to know. Tell me. I need to know.
Am I deaf? I have to rehear that because my audio is low and I'm deaf as fuck. And also the accent. Rohan, I'm sorry, the accent. I'm too Miami trash to understand that.
Required knowledge.
But let's see. Let me replay it.
Listen. But my question is, what is the most versatile card slide of all time? I know, don't ask the question, but I want to know. Tell me. I need to know.
Did you say what is the worst?
Right, thanks.
What is the worst card slide of all time? Is that what you asked me? If you're here in the chat, please let me know if that's what you asked me, because I feel like I need to go to my nearest hearing aid representative. But if you said what is the worst sleight of all time, or the worst move of all time, if that's what you asked, I have to really think about it. There's a lot of like AIDS controls. There's a lot of AIDS controls that I've seen that are just dumb. But as far as maybe things that really don't make a lot of sense, I have put a couple that people have shat on. There was one that was like a push-in thing. Let me see if I could have a deck of playing cards here that I could demonstrate. But I remember I think B. Smith. Oh, the most versatile. Okay. Well, the most versatile is the spread call. The spread call is definitely the best one, just because I think that you could do so much with it. You could do a force, you could do a change, a control, you could do anything with the deck. Displacements with it. Ground Control by Cody Nottingham is one of the worst. Well, I was looking at that video that he put, and I don't like the control because you're doing a whole lot of weird shit, and I think it's very angle sensitive. But I do like this thing. I like that thing that gets the card in jaw, because I think you could do a lot with that. And you could even steal the card away in some capacity if you decide to do that well. So I did like that initial thumb down move where you press the thumb down, if you know what I'm talking about, and you push it up as a switch. I like that. But the rest of it, is not good. But it is a very interesting way of approaching it. And I wouldn't have ever thought to pull down with a force, even though I would think it's something obvious. But definitely, the rest of the control was pretty dookie. Versatile, a spread call for sure. The glide is all right. I think the glide is a decent sleight. I just think that when people do it, they do it the way they read it, and they go, hey, right here, I'm going to show you this card, and then I'm going to put it. Like, I don't know. If you're not holding cards like this normally, then there's no reason for it. But there are alternatives to the glide where you're holding cards this way, and you do it that way. That's a better way. I think that's the new glide, if I remember correctly, that particular handling on it. But it could be done well if this is established as how you hold a deck of cards. So if you pick it up and you show a card like this, you put it down, whatever, that's the way you show a card, then yeah, okay, it's not bad. But you see people kind of like getting to the motion and going, was this your card? No, great. And doing it that way, especially copying that Chris Pratt trick that he did on TV. Let's go through here. I'll see anyone. I know that I got another one. But let me look at the comments. I don't want to ignore the comments. This is why this is a test. So what I'm going to do from now on is that whenever you want to leave a voicemail, you have the link. The link is there. Just leave a voicemail, and I'll catch up with them on the show. Now, here's the shitty part. Somebody would monetize that. I got this idea from another show where they monetize the voicemails. No, my friends. I'm retarded when it comes to anything financial. So you just send me a voicemail and I'll address it and I'll answer it. Because I'm not going to hide behind a paywall when it comes to addressing the PigCake community. That's lame. But just leave a voicemail, and then sporadically through live streams, I'll address certain voicemails. That's what I'll do. But today I thought I'd dedicate the entire thing to testing it to see if it works. But let's see these comments. YouTube gave me a 24-hour timeout. I've gotten 4 of those 24 timeouts on YouTube. It's someone reporting one of your comments. No way. Well, I mean, what usually happens is that, for example, if a mod like Daniel comes in and then puts you on timeout, I didn't know this, it puts you on a list that I have access to here, as a matter of fact, on my YouTube. Let me see if I could find it. But it puts on a list on like channel level settings. There's a certain list. And then I'd have to take people out of it because I don't want them on the fucking stream. By the way, I'm already unmonetized. I just saw it. I already got the yellow piss stain on this fucking stream because thank you, YouTube. I really appreciate it, fucker. But so it puts you on that list, and then I just remove you. So I'll just go through that list and see if there's anybody there that I recognize, and then I just remove it. But I didn't know that it was possible to do it as just a commenter, that you report it and they put you on a timeout. That's stupid. Did it mention, hey, you're on a timeout? I didn't know. Monetized voicemail, the way that would work, so the way that they do it is they just have people that are part of their monetized platform that leave voicemails, and they only address those. But again, I'm not doing that because that's retarded. Martin Ravencroft says, Hola, PigCake, saludos desde Argentina. This us, my first PigCake live stream. Well, this is your first one. I'm gonna need some good luck keeping you around because this live stream has been AIDS. It's been pretty AIDS so far. I've enjoyed it just because listening to the voicemails. But the first one you chose to join is a test stream. So I don't know how I feel about that or how you should feel about that. I think I said the C word or something while patting you on the back for video. Nothing too tough. Paulie called you a tricky son of a this or that. YouTube didn't like it. The other thing, which is annoying, is that, for example, let's say you leave a comment. YouTube puts it in a separate thing. So, for example, here are the comments, right? And let's say I put here, and I go held for review, and I look at the held for review. Hypothetically, this is where your comment where you said cunt should appear. This is where it should appear, right? And then I would have the ability to check mark it and go, okay, I want that, I want that, I want that. But it doesn't appear there. So they just make the judgment call, even though they leave so many things saying, oh, it's up to you. Like, for example, here, another thing, it says moderation activity. So I'm going to remove moderation activity. Guard your privacy and abide by community guidelines. So I'm removing the moderation activity, and I guess that allows YouTube to leave comments, or that allows you to leave more comments that wouldn't necessarily be nice comments, I guess, under YouTube's fucking strict retardation. What's this? Your Venmo history. I haven't used Venmo in forever. So why would I want to see my history? Unless that's suspicious. That's a little suspicious. No hiding behind paywalls. That's why we're live, and respect you, Piggy. Are we live? I remember I kept saying that on stage with Craig Petty. Copying, of course, Penn and Teller's SNL bit. Let's go through a couple of these comments. The Gambler's Cop is the best move. That and a second deal. If you say so, I'm not a huge fan of the second deal, to be honest. I do see its value. The Cop is pretty versatile, but I think the spread call is, you could do way more with that. Somebody else said the spread pass. I don't know if you say the spread pass is bad or good. I like doing his variation from Daryl, that he does it openly. So you have him pick a card, and then he goes, look, I'm going to put all these cards on top of it, and the cards on top. He has it in his encyclopedia, and I remember seeing that and wondering if it worked, and it worked. I remember trying it on someone. Just, hey, you remember the card, don't forget it. I'm going to put all these cards on top. Leave your cards somewhere in the middle. And they're like, okay. I'm like, well, you didn't, the card's on top. You didn't see it? He goes, no. So that kind of surprised me. But I haven't tried it much apart from that instance. So it could be AIDS, and that person could have been retarded. But let's see. I think we got a couple voicemails. I get an email every time, which is also very obnoxious. But alas, it's what I have to do.
I'm currently in your kitchen. Go take a look.
Okay, I could not hear that. It just sounded like somebody doing this. Am I wrong in saying that?
I'm currently in your kitchen. Go take a look.
Yeah, no, could not hear that. Does this let me edit? Edit. Okay, no, it doesn't let me do that. Or no, it doesn't. It also doesn't transcribe it, which is kind of lame. I'd like it ideally to transcribe. Here's from Hungry and Hungover. Let's see what you have to say. Hopefully, you're not hammered.
Yo, Piggy. The Israeli-Palestinian conflict seems to be escalating more and more. And if there is World War III and all of us are drafted, where should we, your community, meet up with you so you can lead a rebellion of virgins? I personally vote for the Anne Frank House in Amsterdam, but you are our fearless leader. So all we need is a location. We will protect you at all costs.
Well, I did see an AI generated Anne Frank as to what she would look like at 25. And let me tell you, I would. I have a thing for Jewish women. I've realized, seeing all these videos and things out of Israel, I keep seeing just nothing but beautiful. First of all, Palestinian women are also fairly attractive, and just mocha skin, just beautiful women. But Israelis, some people really don't like Israeli women. They're really against their nose. They typically have like a certain propensity for a type of nose. I love that. I'll suck on that nose. So I'm a huge fan. But so I agree with you. The Anne Frank Museum, just because Anne Frank, they took a future baddie away from us. At least according to AI. Generative Phil, as far as Anne Frank, they took a future baddie. I liken it to like Abby Shapiro, right? What if they took Abby Shapiro from us? We wouldn't have our mommy. We want to have our mommy. Hungry and Hungover. So I agree with you. Definitely, I would say that museum. And from there, we would lead our revolution. And we'd be the third side. Because right now, there's conflict between, oh, is this my land? This is my land. No, this doesn't belong to you. Whatever. Right? We come in, and then we go, no, this is none of your land. This is our land. This is Virgin Landia. And we're going to make a whole community of a bunch of... No, it's not going to work. I just realized. Because there's going to be a bunch of people that are interested in magic. It's going to be like... It's going to lead to chaos and communism. So no, we'd lose immediately. But you know what? We put up a good fight, I think. We would put up a good fight. So I think that's worthwhile, right? Fuck. Piggy hasn't used Venmo since that bathroom in Vegas. That might be accurate, actually. Because I remember I used Venmo back in the day. I'm a Cash App N. If you catch my drift. I like using Cash App. All right, you're there. Oh, you got Cash App. Here you go. Although now it's like they tax it if it's over $600. I used to pay my rent on Cash App. So now are you saying that I'm going to get a 1099 from paying rent? That's dumb. No hiding behind paywalls. I already read that one. No, I wasn't here. I was timed out on all of YouTube for 24 hours. That's fucking even weirder. Over here, just one. Is the pinky break a slight? I guess it is, technically. You are doing a slight in that you are doing something to cards that are external. So that could be a versatile slight because technically it's the foundation of everything. A foundation of a double lift, foundation of a control, foundation of pretty much anything is done with a pinky break. But you could circumvent that with a coal. You don't need a pinky break with a coal. So that's what I like about it. Although you could combine them, so you could have a pinky break and then call the card, and then it doesn't look like you're doing anything. So that's a hot one according to New York-based magicians. But Hungry and Hungover, you're definitely right. I would say Helen Keller Museum. Or sorry, not Helen Keller. Did you say Helen Keller or did you say...
Yo, Piggy. The Israeli-Palestinian conflict seems to be escalating more and more. And if there is World War III and all of us are drafted, where should we, your cunt community, meet up with you so you can lead a rebellion of virgins? I personally vote for the Anne Frank House in Amsterdam.
Okay, you did say Anne Frank. I'm retarded. Let's go here to Advite. I don't want to mispronounce your name. I'm sorry. But alas, I'm an ignorant Miamian.
Hi, Piggy. My name is Advait, and my question to you is I am planning on preparing this short video of like 30 seconds to like 1 minute, some like YouTube shorts, real kind of stuff for a project that I'm involved with. And essentially it is going up to people on the street and showing them magic and like, so $1 magic tricks and like donating that money at the end to the charities that I choose to do it for. So in that scenario, what are some go-to effects that you would recommend that I can check out? I'm pretty good with cards. I've been doing card magic for a hot second now. Hashtag Virgin Life, I guess. But yeah, I just wanted to know what kind of effects would you recommend that I can take a second look at?
Well, you got to keep it topical if that's the case. So if you're doing something that's related with money, ideally, or, you know, getting contributions or whatever, and doing it for a charitable benefit, ideally you'd like to tie that in. All right, so you do something involving money. Now, nothing comes to mind immediately because, I mean, at that point, you really don't want to, for example, it'd be in poor taste if you got like a bill and you turned it into a different bill, right? That would be, I think, in poor taste because if you're trying to get people to, donate to whatever cause, it's like, well, you just turned my 1 into a 20. Why don't you do that with all the ones? Why don't you just do that with ones? You know, kind of the stupid logic behind it. But I definitely do something related to money, maybe appearing in an impossible location or doing some sort of effect. Joshua J has a wonderful one that I think is instant reset, that it's with the torn corner bit. Right, so that's a great one. So I'm trying to think as to just different bill tricks that don't necessarily involve the changing in denomination. You could have it where it changes to the same denomination and a property of it changes. Jay Sankey has a lot of work with that. So I believe he has one that's a great take, which is on the holes. So the moving holes bit, he does it with a dollar bill. So he does it and he presents it as a puzzle, which I thought was a very interesting thing, that he shows a dollar bill and it has holes punched out on all four corners. And the goal is to get them to align. And as he's doing it, he's carrying off the $100 bill switch. And when he reopens it, all the holes have merged into one side. So I thought that's a very novel way of approaching it because it makes sense as to why you're actually folding the bill. You're folding it because you're trying to align them and then solve this puzzle. Really, you're doing this to switch the bill. So I would say just keep the money magic, something related to that, but avoid anything that involves changing the money into a higher denomination. Just because, I don't know, I don't think if you're doing something that regards to raising money, you wouldn't want to do it that way. I'm sure there's a way to do it, but I'd have to mull on it a little bit. I'd have to mull. You see, I'm using words that I've heard here on the stream. I'd have to kind of think it over. And I'd get back to you. But that's definitely an interesting scenario. You can do card tricks. You can do integrated stuff. You can, one of the dope things, a trick I think I put, not to show my own Patreon, but there was a trick that I put recently that was a variation of a Jeff Sheridan trick. So Jeff Sheridan, one of my favorite magicians out of New York. And he would have this trick where he would have people take out $1. And he would look and see, and he goes, no, that's not going to work. No, that's not going to work. Shit, that's not going to work. And then he'd find $1 and he'd go, no, that's no way. This is no way. And he'd grab that $1 and he'd tell him, you're not going to believe this. You're not going to believe this. As a matter of fact, look, I'm going to give you $1 because I'm going to take this $1. You're not going to. This is the first $1 I ever made performing magic. This is the first $1 I ever made. And the fact that it's here right now in front of you, I don't know what to tell you. Look, I'll prove it. Look, this, hold my wallet real quick. This $1 has a serial number. You read it out loud. Look at the serial number that's embroidered on my wallet. And he would turn the serial number, he would turn over the wallet, and in gold stitching would be the serial number that matches. So I thought that's great because it encourages people, number one, to take out cash So you have a lot of people holding out dollar bills, and then you're looking for it. So they already have the dollars in their hand. So it's a good pitch trick for that, I would imagine. And at the end, this person gets the dollar back, but they're going to be inclined to donate that dollar. Why the fuck not? So I think that it's a good way to do that. And obviously, all you're using is a Switch wallet. So you're using a Switch wallet with the dollar bill that matches that embroidered on the outside. But I thought it's such a brilliant thing because it's a perfect effect. It makes sense. You have your wallet out because I'm going to give you $1 for that dollar. So I'm going to buy that dollar for $1. And you exchange it. You put the dollar in the wallet, and then you show the embroidery. You could take it out. You just perform a simple switch with it. And it's just a great little thing. And I put a little different take on it. So that's something you could do. Another idea with that. Look at that. Dropping some hot ideas. Who would have thunk it? Piggy, the website doesn't let me record on my phone, and it's really quiet on my iPad. Would you like me to scream to hear it? It's 12 a.m. in the UK. Well, that happened to me. And the way that I solved that was that I went to the settings. So I went to settings and then the Chrome, and then I allowed microphone. So if you don't put microphone, so for example, right now I put Chrome, and microphone was turned off, so I just turned it on under settings and then Chrome. So that's how I fixed it. Or in this case, if you're using Safari, it's the exact same thing. You got to give it access to the microphone, which I did. I had it off just because I don't want the websites that I go to hear me fapping to CBT pornography. But alas, Rohan, I hope that I at least addressed your question correctly. I don't know if Advait is here, but I hope that addressed it. That's a series of good ideas. Mark says, I know somebody said Mark had a good idea. Mark Garcia says $2 bills split into $1 bill. Toss one into the donation tub and say something like, I'm donating some of mine. How about you? Maybe, no idea. That's good. See, that would be a decent way to do it, because I think it's you're not taking a fucking $1 bill, turning it into a 20, and then going, can I keep the one, or doing something stupid like that. So I think that would work out well too. Let me see. I think I got another one. Yeah, I got another couple here. Let's play this one.
Hey man, quick question. Now that Disney is a bit more liberal, let's put it that way, do you have any hopes on being in the cast of the new movie Snow White? You know, maybe one of the dwarves or something. I mean, you fit the role, right? You're not white and pretty short. So, yeah, let us know. Let us know.
Well, Manel, if you're on top of things like I think you are, you would know that obviously Disney, because of their, propensity to be on the left side of things, they've made the dwarves a little bit more diverse. They're not necessarily dwarves. They're different people of different ethnic origins. I think they already have a dark-ish sort of Latino there, okay? So, good attempt at trying to get me upset by implying that, oh, I could be the dwarf, I could be the short one. They already have one actual short person, I believe, there. So, there's no need. They already have a diverse full cast of nice, all flavors. It's like Neapolitan ice cream, right? It's got every flavor there, all in one. A nice... homogenous group. One of these. And one of these.
This is the neighborhood, and you are not welcome.
Listen to another one by Anonymous.
As my one confident news source that I know is not biased, who do you think I should vote for in the next election?
Well, I can't say who you should vote for. I think you should vote with your morals and principles, and you should maybe consider the candidates available. Think, maybe compare certain policies that they may have. Fuck, the joke doesn't work. Hold up, give me fucking... Maybe you should compare different policies and try to make your best judgment based on who's available to vote for. I think that you should definitely consider and weigh the possibilities Come on, fuck. This joke doesn't work. This joke is not working. This joke is definitely not working yet. I thought this was going to be a lot funnier than what it is. Come on, get to it already. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so maybe you should consider your options as far as who you should actually cast your vote for. I'm not going to tell you who I'm going to vote for because I don't want you to be biased. So just really consider the candidates and really think as to who is going to have your interest in mind, or at least seems to have your interest in mind more so than other candidates. So, damn, that was such a bad fucking payoff. Oh boy. This really has been pretty AIDS as a stream. Rohan says it's still really quiet.
Okay, Piggy, I'm trying to record again. I know you couldn't understand my fucking accent the first time, so I'm talking in a way that you could understand. I got nothing to say. Just cool. All right, thanks.
There you go, Rohan. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you. As I do the rest of the PigCake community. Let's look at a couple more comments here. And I think we could call this one a stream. I'm going to add these to, this particular feature to my future streams. So if you ever want to leave any sort of voicemail, make sure to leave it in the link that I've left, both on the comment section, which is that part up here, as well as the description section, or the disbludgeon section if you're if you're a member of the Bloods gang. I'm not gonna crash that. That was a good one. 5'3" man is not considered a dwarf. Dwarfism is typically defined as a height of 4'10" or shorter due to a medical condition. A 5'3" adult is well within the range of typical adult heights. Thank you very much, Unbiased Magic Reviews. You know what? Maybe that comment alone maybe made me a fan of yours. It made me a fan of yours. I think I found the guy Jabrizi copied the Hip Hop Magician. If you're talking about that dude that made the fried chicken appear. I think Jabrizi was way before that. It's like a bill to peanuts. Yeah, it can fit the video right now, but I think it's in his Penguin Live. I don't know what you're talking about in terms of Penguin Live. Hane, at the end of the last live stream, you mentioned Italian Shinlim copycat. Did you also see the Russian that copied? Oh, yeah, Piff, the guy that copied Piff, which is just the most retarded thing. Like, dude, we have access to the internet, right? We have access to this little thing called the internet. But alas, my friends, we're here. We're queer, and we're not leaving. I'm not fucking leaving, apart from right now, because I'm going to end the stream right here. I think it's been a good test stream. I'm going to leave it up. I consider not, but I'm going to leave it up. Okay, just for you guys. I guess some advice at the end of the video based on the comments that I've heard. Get help. And Nancy Pelosi does insider trading.